That could be too. I might need a mentor. I might need a coach. I might need a center of influence who's going to refer new clients to me. But all of those things could grow your capacity. And then now you're having a breakthrough. Now you have more capacity and you're not stressed out.
I love it. So let me ask you a valid question though.
Yeah.
When you're in the, what is the first one? The despair, right?
Yep. You're disappointed.
Disappointed. Okay. When
Yep.
you're sitting there and you're disappointed and
Yep.
you're sitting there trying to figure this out, how do you get that mind shift to go, oh, I should be looking at this a different way when you're already depressed and
Yeah.
sad and sitting there wallowing in your own misery? How do you get that shift to start going, I'm smart. I need to learn a new skill or do more tasks or find somebody to help me.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be the
Tough.
logical, that
Right.
would be the logical response. However, emotions get in the way all the time. So
Mhm.
how do they do that? How do they do that shift and go on to the breakthrough side?
So there's a few ways that come to mind, right? So, obviously you would read the book beforehand and be prepared with those tools, but what you need is external input. And so external input could be the book.
Exactly.
It's probably
You
a
become the
person.
mentor, right? You become the guide that somebody's looking for to get out of that hole that they're in because they do. They feel like it's this heavy weight and I'm in a deep hole and if I just keep digging, I'm only going down.
You mentioned it earlier, right? You talked about how you help business owners that feel stuck. They're not getting the profit that they thought that they were going to get, and you're like, we can sit down for one session, and I will give you an external viewpoint that maybe you didn't consider. Well, by the way, that's a pillar. That's a relationship, right? So that relationship with Marcia could help raise that capacity ceiling. Marcia is probably going to give you some habits that you need to implement and maybe say, hey, did you know this about that? And that's a little bit of education. All of those things raise your capacity ceiling.
I did it subconsciously. Love it, love it. Okay, so in reality, if they are prepared for this in advance, right? Everybody's going to go through this kind of setback, we'll
Yep.
call it, or a position of despair and sadness and going through their challenges that they haven't been able to break through yet. Everybody goes through this. So it sounds logical to me, like you said, to prepare yourself, read a book, get some education on how to anticipate this,
Mm-hmm.
and then go, oh, I read about this. I know what's going to happen. Now I go left instead of right.